If your podcast or video audio has some background noise like a furnace hum or maybe a noisy computer, and it could use a little editing to make it pop, we'll show you 3 free pieces of software and how to use them to edit your video audio and your podcast. Welcome to this simple green tech video, where we look at tips, tutorials, and reviews to help you create great audio content. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel. I'm Radio Zane, and in this video, we're looking at 3 free pieces of software to help you with audio editing for podcasts or video audio. Links to all of the software will be in the description of this video, along with the equipment that I use to make it. First up, we need to download Traction T7. This is a free audio recording program, also known as a DAW. This is the software that you will actually be recording in and editing with. Next, you'll need to grab the Melda Audio Compressor from Plugin Boutique. This is a great free compressor that will help us edit out some of the background hum and noise that may be in your audio. And finally, we'll download the Slick EQ. This EQ will help with boosting the brightness of your audio to give it a little more life. Once you have all 3 downloaded, you will need to install them. If you need help with installing plugins and getting Traction T7 to recognize them, I've done another video on that. The link is in this video description. So now that you have Traction installed and open, you can make sure that it's set to use your audio interface if it's a separate one from your onboard interface. Just go into Settings, then the Audio Device tab, and make sure your interface is the one that's selected. If not, you can quickly change it. Now you can create a project and either drag some audio into the timeline if you've already got some recorded, or you can start recording some new audio. To do that, click on this area of the track over here and select the input that you'd like to record. My mic is plugged into input 1 on my interface, so I'm going to select input 1. You will now see a level meter. Make sure your levels look decent. You don't want them to be too loud or too low. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see your average decibel reading. Ideally, you want it to be between -18 and -12 decibels. To do this, adjust the gain control on your interface to achieve those levels, not the gain on the software. Now that your levels look decent, press that red button on the track to arm it for recording. And when you're ready to record, press the record button down here in the right corner, and you'll now be recording. And when you're done recording, you can either press the space bar to stop it or the record button again. You can now trim up your audio and get rid of any mess ups that you may have done. You can now make splits in the audio by right-clicking where you want to put the split and then selecting Split. You can drag this hollow triangle to trim the sections up and then click and drag on the bar at the top of the clip to drag it around the timeline. I suggest playing around in the timeline to get used to all the functions. It's pretty straightforward, and you're going to get used to it really quick. And once you do, you'll be editing your audio in no time. If you want to remove the background hum and maybe brighten up your audio, right-click in the mixer area and select Add New Plugin. Then add the Melda Audio Compressor that you installed. If you don't see it, you may need to go into Settings and in the Plugins tab, click the Scanning and Sorting button to scan for new or updated VST plugins. Once the Melda Audio Compressor is loaded up, click on this middle area to bring up the Presets window. You want to select Noise Gate. Double-click on it and click Close. Now let the audio play while you drag this white node to around -70 dB. Just listen to what sounds best for your audio, but it will likely be somewhere around the -70 area. This removes the background noise a bit to make it sound like you're in a studio. You can also drag the center node up to liven up your voice a bit. Don't go too crazy here. And that's it for the compressor. If you're using a dynamic mic or an inexpensive mic, you may want to brighten up the audio a little bit by adding some EQ. Let's add that Slick EQ plugin to the track. Once loaded up, you want to turn off the low and the mid sections by clicking here and here, they will kind of look grayed out when they're off. Now make sure that this symbol over here is selected and that blue light is above it. Then on the frequency knob, roll it all the way back to 500 Hz. Then adjust the gain as needed. It should be somewhere around the 6.5 dB area, but it may depend on your clip. Just give it a listen to see what's best for you. This will brighten up your voice, and when mixed with the compressor, it will sound more like you were in a studio when you recorded it. This is an example of some audio recorded into Traction 7. We're going to edit this audio to take out some of the background sound and make it sound a little more lively. This is an example of some audio recorded into Traction 7. We're going to edit this audio to take out some of the background sound and make it sound a little more lively. And that's it. You can now render your audio file by clicking Export and Render to a File. If this is for a video, I recommend selecting the WAV format at the 48,000 sample rate, and you also want a 24-bit sample size. You can select the location where you want to save the file by clicking up here, and then just click Render. You're done. Now I want to know, what room of your house do you typically record in? And do you do anything to affect the audio before you start recording or while you're recording? Let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to share your channel and any videos so we can check them out. If you're interested in more tips, tutorials, and reviews to help you create great audio content, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's helped you with your audio. For Simple Green Tech, I'm Radio Zane, and we'll talk soon.